Hello, welcome back to the WD Talks Football YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing a start, bench, loan, sell or last chance with a very special guest. This is Jonah MCFC.
Yes, man. How are you doing, guys? Just hit 15k on TikTok and on Instagram as well. So, yeah, man. Absolutely privileged to be on the channel, man. Absolutely privileged.
And do you want to let everyone know where they can find you just before we start?
Yeah, man. So Jonah MCFC on TikTok and on Instagram. Not on YouTube just yet, but might be on there soon. But yeah, just over 15k on TikTok and just over 2,500 on Instagram. So yeah, that's where they can find me.
Fantastic. So obviously, as you already know, I did a Manchester City stay or go. I've done this exact premise a little while ago before there has been some movement in the transfer window. A bit's gone on, some stuff has developed. So we're going to be doing it again, and we're going to be getting Jonah's take on it, mainly with a little bit of probably me disagreeing. So if we get right into it, we're going to start off with Marcus Bettinelli. Now, is he a starter, a bench, a loan, or a sell?
I mean, there's not really much. It's just kind of there, isn't it? It's just kind of there. I mean,
he is just kind of there.
I'd just go, yeah. And you,
It's just
he's just kind of irrelevant.
Yeah, he's just
Really.
kind of just a geezer that does training, isn't he? He doesn't really do much. And now it's the big one. Do you go Donnarumma in now or Trafford in that? What do you think Maresca's thinking is?
You see, I know there's a lot of Donnarumma haters out there for City fans, but I'd still go Donnarumma starting 11, Trafford bench. I don't want Trafford to leave, and I think he does deserve to start, but Donnarumma's the best goalkeeper in the world, man. Like I know his distribution's not good, but like he is the best, man. Like we bought him for a reason. He's a Galactico sign. He's one of the best goalkeepers in the world.
Yeah,
you can't bench him. You can't bench
the
him.
thing is, people go on about his distribution, right? And as much as, okay, it isn't the most brilliant thing in the world, we saw that against Arsenal, it actually isn't as bad as people make out.
Yeah.
Like, people say
It's
Jordan... No, people say that Jordan Pickford's capable of playing out from the back. Donnarumma can do it just as good as Jordan Pickford.
It's just because we had Edison for like 10 years.
Precisely. It is. It
Everyone can
absolutely
see
is.
him pinging 75-yarded diag still go
Yeah.
and stuff like that. That's
Of course
why.
it is. Of course it is. I mean, I love James Trafford. I said for England that James Trafford should have started. I think he's absolutely top, but when you have got Donnarumma in front of you, you actually don't really stand a chance.
Exactly. 100% agree, bro.
Right, and then we've got Rico Lewis.
I love my boy, but yeah, it's a sell. It's a sell for Rico Lewis.
Do you think just straight sell?
Yeah, I think I can't see him. I can't see him building back and getting back in the first team. I think we could loan him out or give him one last chance, but I think he's got to go. I think he's not been good enough for a couple of years now, and I think if he wants to progress his career, he's got to do it elsewhere. In my opinion, that pains me to say because I love him.
Do you not think under Enzo Maresca that he could get him playing in the midfield, though, obviously inverting, which we know he likes to do?
That's the thing. I feel like he's much better in midfield. He's not a right back. He was a midfielder. And I feel like Pep obviously loved playing midfielders and fullback. But he is a midfielder. And we haven't really seen him play midfield. But I don't know. I can't see him really getting into the team. He might play in the odd cup game if he stays. But I don't think he'll break into in the first team for the Premier League, for example, next season. So I think he's just got to go, in my opinion. He just has to go.
He had such a good season that other year, though, didn't he? Where he was playing in like the Champions League and stuff and just cooking on. He just fell off the face of the planet.
He was meant to be the Nico Erali.
He honestly was. Yeah, he was. Spot on. What about Mateus Nunes? Do we stick with him or are we buying someone new in?
I honestly, if you know me, I am the biggest Mateus Nunes glazer of all. I think he's the best right back, not only in the Premier League. I think he's the second best right back in the world behind Hakimi. I've said it.
What do you think he's better than Reece James?
He's better than Reece James.
What about Jurrien Timber?
Okay, that might be bad. That might be bad to say. Honestly,
he's definitely up there. Nunes was fit the entirety of last season, and we pushed for the league. And when he didn't play, weren't they like the only games we didn't pick up points?
We lost 4 games, I think, since January, and I think he didn't play in all 4.
Right, and he was pivotal to the fact that we did push for the title. Pivotal. Yeah, and like when people say that like Jurrien Timber's better, Arsenal were just fine without him. We're not just fine without Nunes.
Exactly.
So
any City fans that say we need a new right back to replace Nunes, you need to get your head checked out. That's all I'm going to say.
Preach. And we definitely need backup, but Nunes is more than good enough to start for me. I completely 100%. Agree. And when we speak 100%. About backup, Kusanov.
You see, there's a lot of centre back options, but
There is.
I'm saying start. I'm saying start for
Start
Kusanov. I am.
Kusanov.
I'm going bold. I'm going bold. I'm saying
Okay.
start. I think what he did for City last season in obviously the 5 months he properly started breaking into the team when obviously Gavardo and Diaz got injured. I thought he was sensational. Yes, he might be not a bit of a bozo centre back, but he does lose control a little bit, getting some stupid yellow cards and stuff. But he is sensational, man. I think he's only 22, 23 years old. He's only going to get better.
He is. He's unbelievable.
Yeah,
But do you have
he
him
is
over
unbelievable.
Ruben Diaz then on that right side?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the thing we always have a little bit of roulette, whether we'll see it with Maresca like we did with Pep. But I've got a strongest two, and I don't think every City fan will agree. And I think obviously the other two will definitely rotate in and out, play a couple games together, play the Champions League games. But I've got a strongest two in my opinion, and Kusanov's one of them. That's all I'm gonna say.
But do you not think you've just forgot how good Diaz was because of the injury? And obviously, we had Guehi and Kusanov as that centre back pairing pushing for the title last season. Do you not think you've just sort of not forgot, but obviously recency bias does take over in every conversation. It obviously does. Do you
It
not
does.
think
It
Diaz
does.
has
It
sort
does.
of fell out of favour for that reason?
Now, I feel like Diaz is so good though. Like I feel like
Yes.
the City fans that say, "Oh, Diaz has lost it. Diaz is no good."
It's mental.
Bro, he is our best defender in my opinion.
Yeah,
He is. I think
probably
he
is.
is.
Yeah, it probably
I
is.
just think with him and Gavardio together in that first half of the season,
Oh,
obviously
it
until they
was
both got injured
naughty.
against Chelsea, they
It
were
was
so good together.
naughty. It was naughty.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like people forget how good he is defensively just because he's not rapid like Kusanov and
Yeah.
Gavardio and Guehi a little bit. But yeah,
And
he's a great defender. I
we'll
think he'll
roll on
definitely
to
play.
Diaz then. Where are we putting Diaz? Is he part of your
Yeah.
strongest duo?
No, he's not. Unfortunately, he's on the bench for me. He's on the bench. He is on the bench. I do love him though, and I think City fans, if you want him gone and say he's not good enough to play for City, you need to get your head checked out.
Could not
But,
agree more. Washed ball knowledge. And I'm going to assume
yeah.
that Marc Guehi is going to be your other centre back then.
That's where you assume wrong.
Really?
Marc Guehi is on the bench. Marc Guehi is on the bench,
Really?
and that might be a hot take because I do think he was brilliant. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. And when I say my two strongest, obviously, it's quite obvious now. My other one's Josko Gavardio.
Yeah. No,
But
I'll
when I
put him
say
straight for
Kuznov
you.
and Gavardio are my favourite two, that doesn't mean I only want them two starting every week. I
Yeah,
do
yeah,
want a bit of
yeah,
rotation.
yeah, yeah.
Gay was unbelievable. People are going to talk about that mistake he made against Everton, but Gay was we would not have been in a title race if we didn't sign Marc Gay. I thought he was brilliant. And same with Diaz as well. I don't want Gavardo and Kusanov playing together every week. They are, in my opinion, though, the strongest two that we have. That might be a hot take, but that's what I'm going for.
But so I'm gonna throw a spanner in. Do you not think our strongest backline would include Kusanov, Guehi, and Gavardio and push him out at left back?
You see, that is something that we could see next season. Obviously, move O'Reilly into midfield potentially. I wouldn't hate it at all. I wouldn't hate it at all. And to be fair, I've heard that Maresca likes doing this sort of back four into sort of a back three when we're defending. So Gavardio could move into a sort of back three pivot, and then Nunes could maybe push forward, or the other way around. If we buy a defensive right back and replace Nunes, which would be silly, then we have Gavardio on the left, who is very good at going forward. Exactly. So I don't know. We'll see, but I think Gavardio could definitely start a left back and move O'Reilly into midfield. But we'll obviously see how Maresca sets up.
And these pre-season games are going to be so crucial to actually seeing what he actually is planning on doing with the poor squad that he's inheriting. But then with Max Lane, do you see obviously his loan at Watford, I believe it was, got like destroyed for him to come back when we had that massive crisis last season? Do you think he has a future with us?
I'd say loan. I don't think we sent him yet. I think he was good at Watford when he came in. To be fair,
he was.
His first 2 or 3 games were really good.
He was.
And then he kind of, I think it was Bodo where he made a mistake for a goal, and then he came off at half time. I think in the derby.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, but then again, I think it was 0-0 at half time in that derby. I'm pretty sure anyway. And then he had a bit of a Bodo moment against Bodo, and then I'm pretty sure the next game he didn't play brilliantly. But I think you could see him maybe in and around the first team in a couple of years. You never know. I'd say definitely not sell. I'd say loan him out to a championship club. I'd say.
Well, there was a report that he was supposed to go into Derby because my mate's a massive Derby fan, which is why I've got a Derby shirt in my wardrobe when I've been to a game with him. And he was absolutely like buzzing at the fact that he might be getting Max Lane. And he just sent me a text saying, "Just give me every single one of your rejects. We'll take them all." So he seems more than happy to take him. So I think a loan is probably quite a good option for him, really.
Yeah.
And then Victor Hayes, the guy that was at Girona.
Yeah, I don't know about Vitor Reis because I just feel like, or however you pronounce it,
Yeah.
because we did sort of have 6 centre backs last
Yeah.
season. We had obviously Ake and Stone sort of in and around the back. So do we keep him on the bench? Do we loan him out again? I don't know. I'd probably go bench. I'd
Yeah.
probably go bench because I think like 5 centre backs it is a decent amount. Yes, it might be Vitor Reis might not play a lot, but it'd be nice to see him in and around the first team, start a couple Champions League games, etc. Because we had 6 fit centre backs last season. Obviously, I know we did have quite a lot of injuries and stuff like that, but we had 6 last season. We can have 5 this season, I think.
Like, and then obviously he went to Girona, and all the reports were that when he comes back, he's going to be a massive part of the squad and coming in. And
Yeah,
obviously, when he was on loan at Girona, the performances that he put in the big games, like you think to Real Madrid games, or the stats that he had, like the passing ability, the range that he showed. Obviously, he was a solid defender throughout the campaign.
yeah,
From obviously the reports I saw, I didn't watch him week in week out, but I think he sort of has it in his head that he's coming back to be a player, sort of thing.
yeah, 100%. 100%. And people forget we signed him for nearly 40 million euros.
Yeah, he wasn't
So
cheap.
like,
Yeah.
it's not going to be like a little extra every that we signed for 15 million. That like we signed him to integrate him into the first team.
It's not like a random Argentinian bloke that's just sort of if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Exactly. We brought him in for a reason. 100%.
Exactly. And then we've got Rayan Nuri, who had a somewhat disappointing campaign last season.
Yeah, but then again, I don't personally think that's his fault.
No, it's not.
Because when he's played, he's been good.
Yeah,
it's just O'Reilly's just turned into this absolute demon on the left.
Well,
I'd definitely keep him.
league.
I think. Yeah, 100%. I definitely bench him. I definitely bench him. I think no loan, no sell, no last chance. I think people might go last chance for him, but that's not really his fault. I think when he's played, he's actually been pretty good, to be fair.
And you think to his link up with Cherki in some of them games, like the Newcastle game, that play was gorgeous.
Yeah, it was filthy. He's a very, very technical player. Very, very technical player.
He is. And he's so two-footed, which is a massive bonus to have in the Premier League.
Exactly. 100%.
And then we've got Nico O'Reilly, obviously, the demon, as you put it.
Yeah. No debate. Start on 11. 100%. I don't think that's even a question. I think if you asked 1,000 City fans whether he starts next season, I think 1,000 would say he starts. I don't think that's even a question.
And what do you think to his World Cup campaign? Obviously, me personally, I think it was a little bit disappointing, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, the way that I see it, I think obviously towards the end, Jed Spence started over him, and I thought, how's Jed Spence starting over O'Reilly? But to be fair to Spence, he did have a good World Cup. I think O'Reilly was solid. I don't think he got sort of the attacking freedom as much than he does at City in terms of the box crashing ability. I think he did it a couple of times, but then again, he did it at the bar, he did it at the post.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
he did have a decent World Cup. I just think.
Oh yeah,
I kind of expected it'd be a little bit better, but yeah, it was just okay. I'd say 7 out of 10 World Cup.
Would you go that high? I don't think I would have given him 7 out of 10. Like, I don't think he was bad. I just think he was a solid like 5 out of 10. Like he just sort of turned up.
He just didn't shine.
Yeah, he just sort of was part of the squad, and he wasn't the O'Reilly that we obviously saw at City last season, which was obviously a young player of the season.
Yeah, exactly. No, he was solid. He just didn't really shine. Didn't really stand out.
And then we've got Mr. Ballon d'Or himself, Mr. I want to play for Real Madrid, Mr. World Cup winner, the best CDM on the face of the planet, Rodri. What are we doing with him?
I'm so torn, bro. I'm so torn because obviously all this stuff has been coming out over the last couple of days about him basically bumming over Real
basically
Madrid.
Telling City to go and fuck off, so he wants to go and play for
pretty much
Madrid.
But I just think people saying so this is the sort of debate we're going to have because realistically I don't think he's going to sign a contract. So I think he either leaves on a free next summer and then we obviously get the season with him, or do we sell him now for what is probably going to be a lot of money, let's be honest, because
100%,
he's just won the World Cup Golden Ball. Won the World Cup Golden Ball.
Yeah.
So do we sell him now for like, let's say it'll probably be in the region of about 80 million, but then we lose Rodri for next season? I don't think I can go into next season without Rodri. Knowing we don't really have an out-and-out replacement for him. So I'd put him in the starting 11. I would, and I think to be fair he will leave on a free, but I think start 11 for him. But then I think he will. He could leave. He could leave the summer. I'll be honest. He definitely could.
I just can't see City letting him go. Like I just don't think.
Yeah.
I just think how pivotal he is and how much we seem to be pushing for a new contract for him. I just can't see the club accepting any sort of sum of money for him. I just can't.
Yeah. I agree. Just give him 600 grand a week. Just
exactly.
Sign a 5-year
deal. Yeah,
deal.
just give him £1 million a day. Just whatever it takes. Just keep him at the club.
Literally.
Like handcuff him to the training pitch or something. Like, and then we've got the bad smell, the complete opposite of Rodri. We've got Calvin Phillips. Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah. Get him gone. Get him gone.
It's just not going to happen, is it?
We don't have to elaborate on that. I think he's probably, maybe a couple of us, he's probably the only signing, I think, in the recent 5 or 6 years that has been a complete disaster.
There's nothing. He has to be the worst. He actually has to be the worst.
I feel bad for him because he was obviously so good for Leeds, so good for England, and it just it's been awful. And I do feel for him because I feel like we have ruined his career a little bit. But yeah, get him gone. Get him. Yeah, I mean, he was like 25, 26. He was like, what, 25, 26 when he joined us?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like...
And he did get opportunities. We can't forget that. Like, he did he did play games for us. He was just crap. Every time he came on, he was garbage.
Yeah, I think he did play about 25 Prem games his first season. And he was just didn't really make an impact, didn't really do anything special. So, yeah, absolute disaster. Get him gone to Sheffield United or wherever he wants to go.
That'd be incredible. But I think they're going to loan him. He's just going to see out his contract, and we're going to have to pay his wages.
Yeah.
Like, you're not walking away from that much cash. You're just not.
Yeah, exactly. Understandable as well.
And then we've got Rodri 2.0. We've got Nico Gonzalez.
Yeah, people saying... I could see him leaving. I don't think he will.
I hope not.
Do I give him a last chance? No, because I think he's been good when he's played. I'm going to go bench for now, but I think he could go, and I think we're going to miss him. We're going to miss him. I feel bad for him because if Rodri wasn't there, but the fact that Rodri could potentially be going, and now we're signing Bawardi potentially for nearly 100 million.
Yeah.
Nico G has got to look at that and be like, I'm never going to be the first choice at this football club. I need to leave. I don't want him to, but I think he could.
I agree. For his development, I think he needs to go. Like, at the start of this season that's just gone, Rodri obviously wasn't there. He played every game and he was solid.
Yeah.
Like, people are so short, have such a short memory for some of these players that do fill out our squad. Like, he was top.
Yeah. He was. First half of the season, he was unreal.
He was.
And then the second Rodri came back, straight on the bench. And people forget he literally got us to the FA Cup final with that screamer as well.
Exactly.
Big up Nico G, man. I absolutely love him, and I wish the best.
I do. And hopefully the best is in a blue shirt. That's what I say. And then we've
100%.
got Mateo Kovacic.
So you see, right, I am one of the biggest... I'm one of the biggest Kovacic glazers. I think when he is fully fit, I think he is genuinely one of the... This might be bold, one of the best midfielders in the whole Premier League. I
one of the most reliable, consistent, top-level performing midfielders.
100%. He's so underrated. Obviously, we know he had massive fitness problems last season, but we saw him in the World Cup. I think it was against Portugal. He absolutely ran the show.
He did.
Against Vitinha, Neves, and Bruno Fernandes, even Modric next to him, he was by far the best midfielder on the pitch.
He just has an engine.
I'd bench 100%. I think again he could be one that might leave, but
I can't see it. I think he's happy at being a squad player. Like, I think, what is he, like 30, 31 now? Is he?
Yeah, I'd say 31.
So at that point in your career, just being a squad player at a club like ours is sort of where you want to be. It's not bad, is it?
100%.
And then we've got Tijani Reinders, who I will say disappointed the crap out of me last season.
Yeah. Disappointed the crap. 100% agree. I think he's had obviously good glimpses when he had that good game against Wolves opening day goal assist. We were looking at ourselves going, "What the fuck have we just signed here?" But it's not worked out. He's had his moments. He's had a couple good goals against like your Chelseas and your Fulhams and something like that. But it's not really worked out. I'd go last chance for him. Last chance. I think he could be a good player for us, and I feel bad. And I feel like Ryan is just that sort of player where if we sell him on to another club, he will be unbelievable for another club. But it's just the duels issue with me. He doesn't get into any duels at all.
Well, what is his
As an
position?
8, that's what I'm saying. What is his best position?
What does he
don't
do?
know. We don't.
Can you see
What
him
does this guy even do?
Yeah, what does he even do? Can you see him being like Enzo Fernandez? Sort of that
Well, that's what I'm saying.
attacking
I feel like
role under Maresca?
that's what I'm saying. I feel like his best position is probably a sort of like in between an 8 and a 10 in terms of like a bit of a box crasher, sort of playmaker in the 8. But it's just a massive issue with getting into duels. I can remember watching. I can't remember what game it was. Might have been something like Brentford when we beat him 3-0 when we sort of played our B team. He played 90 minutes in midfield and went 0 duels. Didn't win a duel, didn't lose a duel. It was just like you can't do that in the Premier League.
He's
And I
just a
think
spaghetti
he could
man.
be a good player. Yeah,
He
he
just
is.
runs
He is a little
around.
bit, but yeah, last chance for him. I think. Yeah,
I agree.
definitely last chance.
And then we've got Claudio Echeverri, if that's how you say it.
Yeah, Claudio Echeverri. Yeah, I'd loan him. I'd loan him out. Loan him out, 100%. I feel like it's not really worked out for him so far. I think he was meant to be our little star boy. We obviously brought him on for his debut in the FA Cup final. Showed a bit of glimpses against Palace, even though we lost. Then he scored obviously that insane free kick in the Club World Cup last summer, and then his agent kind of pissed about a little bit. Owned him into Leverkusen, didn't work out. He was okay at Girona. But I've just seen a little clip of him in training today, and he spun about 3
Yeah,
minutes.
he looked good, didn't he? I think I imagine we saw the same clip on X.
Yeah, I mean, he obviously is a good player, and I think obviously City don't sign people for no reason. We obviously signed him for a reason. He's only 19, 20 years old. Loan him out to, I'd say, probably another team in Spain or something like that, or one of our.
Well, that's be that Belgian
teams.
club now, obviously, because Girona got relegated, didn't they? So now we don't have any.
Yeah.
We don't have. Don't we have a French team as well that's in the second division? Our only
I think
like,
it was yeah, Troyes, but I'm pretty sure Troyes got promoted, or Troyes, or however you pronounce it. I'm pretty sure they got promoted into the league. So we do have a team in the top flight, but yeah, loan him out, get him some first team football, and then hopefully, yeah, he can improve because we've not really seen much of him yet so far.
Nah, yeah, fair. Then we've got Rayan Cherki.
Unbelievable. No debate. Starting 11.
Yeah,
I think
easily.
the fact that he even got benched for, I think it was something like 8 games in a row, something ridiculous like that in January, February. It's stupid. He is one of the, if not the best. Yeah, he's one of, if not one of the best footballers in the league.
Oh no, he's the best. He's the best footballer in terms of like having the ball. Footballer, there is actually no one better than him. Like there isn't.
Yeah, no, he's unbelievable. He's absolutely unbelievable. Love him to bits. I could see him at City for a long time, and I think he's only going to get better and better. He had an insane first season, but yeah, I mean, I'm so excited to see him next season, man. Honestly.
Oh, it'll be interesting to see whether Maresca plays him as sort of that 10 or whether he plays him more outright like Pep did at times.
Yeah, it will be interesting. I think he's better in the 10. I think he is. I think and then I think Semenyo probably on the right, or obviously we'll get into that in a bit, but. Yeah, I think his best position is definitely the 10. He can do a shift on the right, but I think he's got a little bit of pressing issues in terms of.
He doesn't next to nothing off the ball.
Yeah,
he's a luxury player.
Yeah, he's allowed to.
Well, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And then we've got Phil Foden, who has just signed a new deal at City, keeping him at the club until 2030. I'm over the moon about it, but does he have a future with us?
He does, but on the bench for now. And I think could be the problem with Phil, whether we turn him into an 8, whether we start playing him off the right. But I do feel like Rayan Cherki is undroppable. In my opinion, he's undroppable. And we do nearly have a full bench. Or do we have a full bench now? We've got a full bench. Yeah,
but we can just sort of keep going. You can obviously pick different players in and out of the squads. And
we've got Bettinelli on there.
Yeah, and Mofo's not on the bench. So let's. But with Phil, do you not think Enzo Maresca's going to get the best out of him? Obviously, with Cole Palmer being very similar.
I really hope so. I really hope so. I think he's obviously had 2 seasons in a row now where he's been a bit poor for his standards, maybe, especially compared to the Player of the Year campaign. But yeah, he's still got glimpses. He's still got little purple patches.
He does.
But yeah, I really hope we see the best out of him because we obviously know what ability he has.
He's
just whether he can show
when he's on it.
Confident. Exactly, 100%. And then, yeah, I really hope he turns it up next season, 100%.
And then we've got the £100 million man himself, the Everton loanee. We've got the pisshead. It's Jack.
Oh, like the thing is, so do we just sell him? Do we just sell him, or do we give him a last chance?
Well, obviously, Enzo Moretti,
That's
like the whole talking point at the moment is the fact that he might be getting reintegrated into the team, isn't it?
yeah. I think last chance for him. I do think last chance. I feel like obviously people saying that he's one of the worst flops in the Premier League clearly don't watch him because his
I couldn't
sort
agree
of
more.
role in terms of City. Don't get me wrong, probably not worth 115 million, but he was absolutely pivotal in that treble
He
season
was.
campaign.
He was.
And he is very good for us. It's just because he didn't really get the numbers that people go, he's an absolute flop.
Well, I don't think we would have won the
Obviously,
treble without him.
we would have been absolutely nowhere near.
Yeah, I like.
It was
My question to you was going to be: do you think he was a flop? So you've answered it pretty much for me. 115, yeah, okay, I agree. Maybe not, but definitely 89. If you were told, right, if I put this offer on the table, doesn't just forget about names. You're going to sign a player for 100 million. First season, he's not going to do well. Second season, you're going to have one of the most historic football seasons you can possibly have, forever etching yourself in the history books. And then after that, he's going to go on loan somewhere else. Would you spend 100 million for that?
I think you probably would, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you absolutely would. Yeah, absolutely. If you could spend 100 million pounds to just buy the 3 trophies, you'd do that.
Exactly. And I obviously feel like he was okay at Everton, but yeah, it's going to feel weird. If Jack Grealish just stayed for next year, it's going to feel weird. It's going
What
to feel
numbers
weird.
are you going
But
to take?
give him one more chance. I feel like City fans, we absolutely love Jack, man. We
We do.
absolutely love him.
We do.
We want him to do well.
Super
He's a
Jack.
bit of a piss. But yeah, I'd give him one last chance. One last season if he does stay. And then, yeah.
What numbers
Assess
are
at
you
the
going to
end.
wear?
Fuck knows.
With 10's gone, hasn't it?
Yeah. What is he going to wear? He could wear something like 18 because I don't know. Did he wear 18
I think he
Everton? I don't even know what number he
It was something like
But
that, didn't it?
18, yeah, Ortega I think was our 18, so we don't
Yeah.
have an 18 brand.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it could be something. We're not sure.
Just imagine a £100 million player gets stripped of his number 10 for the £30 million player. Sick. Sick. And then we've got Jezza.
Yeah, starting 11.
It's not even
No doubt
questionable,
about
is it?
him. It's not even, which is crazy to say because I feel like at this point last season, quite a lot of people didn't want him in their starting 11.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
he's obviously had 2 average seasons probably in his first 2 seasons. And obviously last season he was sensational. He was absolutely sensational, especially towards the back end of it. Last couple of months, I can remember just being at the Etihad in sort of April time. Every single time he's on the ball, we're off our feet, we're excited.
Yeah, you
like,
are.
What's he going to put?
You are. And it was
He's an exciting footballer.
He is. And then first 2 seasons, it wasn't a case of he wasn't good enough. It was a case of that last ball between him and the rest of the team wasn't coming off. As soon as that clicked, you've got the best winger in the league on your hands. Like,
yeah, no, he's unbelievable, and he's only 24, so he's gonna get better.
Imagine him at 28.
So, that's what I'm saying. If he can work on his end product a little bit more, he's going to be one of the best wingers in the world.
Well, you think back to that Everton game, obviously both of our first away games, what a mental coincidence that was. That goal in like the 98th minute, I mean...
Well, even the first one was unbelievable.
The goal to put us 1-0 up, yeah. I forgot about that, yeah. Two screamers in one game. Fucking mental. Oh my God. You know who's next, don't you?
I can see him at the bottom of the screen.
Savinho.
Unpopular opinion. Last chance. Give him another chance.
Really?
Give him another chance. I'm telling you right now. Right, I'll explain why. Right, we look at Doku's first 2 seasons. Right, quite poor. We look at Savinho's first 2 seasons. In all honesty, his first one was actually right. He just couldn't hit a barn door. He was our top assister in all competitions. Don't get me wrong, last season he was shocking, but I do think it is a big confidence thing with him. And I think if Doku was good in his 3rd season, why can't Savinho? And bearing in mind, Savinho's 3rd season, he'll be 22. Doku's 3rd season, he'll be 24. So he is 2 years younger than Doku. What's not to say that Savinho in 2 years will be as good as Doku?
By watching.
Now, that does seem crazy to say, and I do feel like Savinho is... Yeah, he needs a lot of work, and I do think we will sell him this summer. But if I was a manager, I'm keeping him. I think he's something different off the bench from Semenyo, completely different. You've got your head in your hands with it. You're a little bit mortified. I've just said that.
I just can't believe you said he comes up. I just can't believe you just said he comes with something off the bench. What? losing the ball. Was it the game against Newcastle where he had no one around him? He was running with the ball completely clear and then just fell over thin air. Was it the Newcastle game?
I can't remember, but I think I was at the Etihad. Was it at the Etihad? I don't even know. But
yeah, it was at the Etihad. Yeah, it was at the Etihad. His whole point is dribbling, and he can't even do that.
The thing with Savinho, right? I feel like if someone put a 2-minute cameo or highlight reel of Savinho, you'd think he's the best player in the world.
He's a Brazilian that got stripped of his name.
Then we also look at like the game with the Carabao, or was it FA Cup against that Newcastle? Well, I think that might have been FA Cup when we beat him at St James's Park when he scored the first goal.
No. You mean when the ball happened to bounce off him for his first goal?
Yeah, I mean,
like let's not be. He didn't score. He actively tried to not move to avoid missing the goal. That's what he did.
Nah, but then like throughout the whole game, it was sensational.
I agree.
And I do feel
as soon as he scores, he's messy.
But I do feel like, honestly, and I'm saying this hand on heart, I think if he joins Spurs this summer, I personally think he's far better off the left than he's on the right. Obviously, he's not going to play on the left.
100%. He's so much better on the left than he is on the right.
Do I feel like with Spurs, they'll have Kudus on the right, Savinho on the left, Siemens or Maddison down the middle. I think he's going to do well at Spurs.
I can agree. I completely agree. I think he'd do well at Spurs. I just don't think he has a future at City. For me, he's too weak. And he's dribbling like the one thing he's supposed to do, which is dribbling, and he does it well. But then as soon as he gets past the dribbling and he has to make a decision whether it's to shoot or pass in the final third, it's wrong every time, like without fail.
Yeah. It's decision-making, final ball, end product that he needs to massively work on.
And his strength, he's so weak. It's like putting me on the football pitch. Just be pushed off the ball, scared to go into challenges. It's nuts.
Yeah.
But I'll see last chance. We'll see. Then we've got Semenyo.
Yeah, start for him. I feel like
do you think?
The City fans laying loads of hate on him, and I don't get me wrong, I think his first touch is poor. Most of the time, his second touch is a tackle because his first touch is so bad, right? But it is true though. It is true.
It is true.
But
it is true.
City fans, we have been screaming out for a clinical winger since basically Mahrez left.
Yeah, we have.
We've brought one in who scored, I think, 11 goals since January.
Yeah.
Which is more than Savinho has in his whole Man City career, by the way.
Nuts finishing. Winning us the FA Cup.
And people
or the Carabao Cup.
FA Cup.
The FA Cup, yeah.
Exactly. Scored the only goal in the game, which was a screamer, by the way. The City fans that are laying hate on Semenyo, again, I've said this for the third time, need to get their head checked out because he's got 11 goals since January. And don't get me wrong, I know he's not this technical baller.
Well, he's not
maybe
Mahrez.
Not good on. Exactly. He's not good. He's not good on the eye to watch, but he will pop up with a goal. He's a clinical winger, which is what we've been screaming about. So what can you complain about?
I think the thing is with football fans, and I think that's the reason like some players really do get liked and some don't, is they like to watch a player be busy, which is I think a massive reason why at first people were saying that Haaland does nothing but he just scores, because they like to see people busy. Whereas Semenyo, you do sort of carry him through games and then he'll randomly just pop up, score a goal and then disappear again.
Yeah.
It's a tricky one because I would like City to sign a more technically gifted winger, because I think our strengths are getting the balls into the box, which Semenyo doesn't do. But the people that hate on Semenyo, when you could say bring him off the bench and he'll come on and get you a goal, or start him in some Prem games, he'll get you a goal and then he can come off for that more technical winger, getting the balls into Haaland. It is nuts. He is mental.
Yeah. No, it is good. I feel like the thing with Semenyo, I feel like if he doesn't score, he has a bad game.
Yeah, 100%.
If you know what I mean.
It's like Haaland.
Yeah, exactly. It is. But sometimes that's what you need. You just need to. Sometimes I think it was Ellen Road last season. We won 1-0, and it's just Semenyo popping up out of nowhere, just a tap in, and we win the game 1-0. And it's just like he's scored the only goal of the game. Games. I think he was probably shit for the rest of the game, but he scored the winner, so you can't complain.
And goals win games. Like at the end of the day, you buy attacking players to score goals. Realistically, obviously there's some exceptions with ones that you buy them for different things. I think too, like the likes of Jack Grealish. But like at the end of the day, most of your attacking signings are for goals. And if he just scores goals, realistically, you're winning games. So
Exactly.
And then we'll talk about a guy that hasn't been scoring the goals this World Cup. We've got Marmoush.
You see, this might be a bit of a hot take, but I'm going to sell with Marmoush. I am.
You know what?
I'm going to sell.
As hot take as it is, I don't think I'm a million miles away. I think I'd go last chance.
Yeah, I do feel like it is a last chance for Marmoush, but I just feel like, don't get me wrong, I feel like when he obviously joined in January, or last season, or technically 2 seasons ago, if you want to talk about going into next season, he was good, and I think he was one of the main reasons why we like Champions League football. But it is the Erling Haaland problem. You are never ever going to get into a team of Erling Haaland unless you play 2 strikers, because he's not going to get in the 10 over Rayan, Cherki or Phil Foden. He's not going to get on the left over Doku. So where are you going to play? And I feel like it is a transfer where he's obviously a very good player, but it just hasn't worked out for him.
It's like the Julian Alvarez problem that we had.
Yeah, it literally is. But the thing with Alvarez, I feel like he was very, very good on the right and very, very good in the 10. Compared to where Marmoush, I think, is okay in the 10, okay on the left, but his best position is a striker. He couldn't even start for Egypt in the last.
Well, that's what I mean. His World Cup, there was 3 City players that I thought had a really underwhelming World Cup. It's O'Reilly, Doku, and Marmoush for me was appalling for that Egypt team.
Yeah, he was. He was absolutely shocking. Didn't do anything. You think Salah and Marmoush, the 2 star boys, are going to carry them. And don't get me wrong, I know. Well, Egypt were a couple minutes away from getting to the World Cup quarterfinals. But and then it's just like, he was absolutely shocking.
He got subbed on, didn't he, at the end of that game? And then Argentina scored 2 goals. Didn't he have something to do with one of them?
Yeah, so I think he didn't start the game.
Yeah.
The starting left midfielder got injured. Then they brought on another one. Then I think he came on, I believe, at 2-1 up with about 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, I think it was something like that,
Then I think then Argentina might have equalised, and then I'm pretty sure it was like a 4-on-2 counter attack. He stole the ball off Salah, then lost the ball. Then they went down the other end and scored. So it's just like, he was awful, and I do feel like his chance is probably up. I think last chance was probably last season, and he didn't really take it when he played. I think he scored a couple goals against. Obviously, he loves to goal against Newcastle, but he scored once or twice.
What do you think to that Southampton game where Nico Gonzalez bailed us out? He missed so many chances.
Yeah, he was shocking. He was shocking. And I think if you can't stand out against Southampton, it's time to go. It is time to go, unfortunately.
It's time to go. Right. Realistically, do we need a conversation now? Do we really need to? Do we really need to
we don't.
talk? Right. What do you think to Enzo Maresca being appointed then?
Yeah, I think obviously it's a bit weird not seeing Pep Guardiola. I'm here for it though. I feel like I'm here for it. I think Maresca, he likes the club. He basically sabotaged Chelsea and himself.
Screwed over everything to get the City job.
Exactly. Which shows that he wants it.
Well, it's passion,
which is a good sign. Exactly. He's already had 2 stints at the club already, so he knows the club. He knows probably a couple of the backroom staff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited for it. I think it's obviously going to be a lot different to obviously the Guardiola era. Whether our style's different, whether the formation might be different, etc.
I think it will be different.
Yeah, it probably will. But City fans, we need to get into our
You have to get behind him. We're not 100%.
Exactly. We're not in the Guardiola era now. We're entering a new era of Manchester City. We have to back him. I know it's not Guardiola. I know he managed Leicester and finished 4th with Chelsea, and that's his best ever. But we have to back him. We have to back him.
Of course you do.
And with Guardiola, we average 2 trophies a season. We might not with Maresca, but that's okay. We've had the best decade of our life with Guardiola. We can't expect. And don't get me wrong, I'd love him to sort of keep the sort of trophy momentum.
It'd be incredible.
But it might not happen. And I think City fans, we might have to just accept that we've had the best 10 years of our life, and now Maresca's come in, and now we might turn into a Man United and not win the league for 13 years. But I hope not. But I'm happy with it. I am happy with it, 100%.
See, I promise that you're 19, I'm 21. Like half of our lives have been spent with Pep Guardiola at the wheel. Like,
yeah. I mean, I've been a season ticket holder for 11 years, so I've seen 1 season of Pellegrini, and I've seen the whole of Guardiola's career. So it is crazy. It is crazy. But now we're entering a new era. where City might not be the same
Exactly.
anymore, but you have to back him. And I am excited for it, to be honest. I'm very excited.
I am. And when you think back to Pep's first season, I remember, obviously, I've had a season ticket nearly 18 years now, so I remember watching like Mancini come through, us win the league under Mancini. Obviously, I was there at the game when Aguero scored that goal. Then I remember under Pellegrini, him coming in, how that changed. And then Pep Guardiola came in. We didn't win anything in that first season. I remember walking out of the stadium, listening to people say, he needs to go, this football's never going to work, it's not good enough, it's all good well and doing it in Spain and Germany, you can't come and do it in the Premier League, it's too hard. And then the next season, what, we go Centurion, was it?
Yeah, I think it was, yeah.
So
Exactly.
with Maresca, we might not go all guns blazing, but you've got to give him a season or two to
Well, to be fair, he could be another slot. He could win the league first season and then just completely flop in the second season and go. It's so unpredictable, and we have no idea what's going to happen. But I am just excited for it. I've got no idea what to expect. I don't know whether we're going to finish first, second, seventh, get relegated. Like we genuinely have no idea. We have no
if
idea.
that points deduction comes in, not much Maresca's going to be able to do, really, is there? But so I've noticed there's a player missing from the starting 11.
It's Elliot Anderson. It is
Yeah,
Elliot Anderson.
it is Elliot Anderson. I completely agree. I probably should have put him in the list, to completely honest. I did just forget, truth be told, to add him in. But Elliot Anderson, for me, was England's second best player this World Cup.
Yeah. He was him, Bellingham and Kane were the best three. I think he was so good.
He was frighteningly good.
And I'm so excited. And I do feel like it's sort of stonewall. I didn't think we didn't even really need to have a conversation about whether it was going to start or not. We brought him for 160 million. It was the British transfer record for about a week.
Yeah, you're going to start that player, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. It's not even a debate, really.
But a midfield duo of Rodri and Anderson.
With Cherki in front of them.
That's what I mean. Like, Cherki doesn't have to do anything. We've seen with this Spanish team that Rodri and Fabian Ruiz could control the best of midfields in that French, like the best of attacks with that French attack. Anderson, for me, is just as good as Fabian Ruiz, which means that Cherki quite literally has free reign to do nothing except attack.
Yeah, I'm so excited for it. That midfield pairing of Anderson and Rodri. If Rodri does actually stay and gets himself together and realizes what's he going to lose out on if he does leave. But yeah, it's going to be disgusting. It's going to be absolutely disgusting.
And on that note, where is City finishing next season?
It's so, honestly, I just said it. It's so difficult to predict.
It's impossible.
It's so difficult to predict. If I had to guess. Fuck yeah, I'm going to say we're winning the league.
We are. Too right we are. That is exactly the mentality we're going into this season with. This squad is good enough to win this league. End of.
100%. 100%.
We've got the geezer that's won the Club World Cup and the Conference League. I mean, what more do you want? What, Mikel Arteta can go up against that? I mean, come on now. Come on now.
Oh, God.
And with City appointments, Mancini won the league, Pellegrini won the league, Pep ruined English football for everyone. Maresca's going to win the league. End of. It's decided.
Yeah, exactly, he is.
So,
he is. First season, and then he's going to do second, and then he's going to break Guardiola's, win 5 in a row.
Exactly.
And be crowned the best
manager. We're going to go invincible whilst going Centurion. We're going to win the quintuple. It's all happening.
Yeah, it is.
Right, well, that is going to be the end of the video. So if you did enjoy, please make sure you do like and subscribe. Everyone, make sure you do go out and check out Jonah. Now, a little spoiler, this might not be the only time you see him on this channel. There might be something coming up for the Premier League season that is about to start. But I'll see you all in the next one, and peace.